I pledge freely and impose upon myself without mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
In a matter of hours after leaving her regional party Hugpong ng Pagbabago, Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte takes her oath as a new member of the national party Lakas-CMD.
Her transfer further fuels speculations that she's after a top post in the 2022 elections. But as to what position and with whom is still a guessing game. Good evening, I'm Gretchen Ho.
And I'm Ed Lingao. You're watching The Big Story. There has been a whirlwind of shifts and changes in the political scene just days before the deadline for substitution of candidacies on Monday, November 15. This latest move by Mayor Sara Duterte further sparks speculation that she might just be gunning for a national position.
But as to what exactly she'll do next, her new political party, Lakas-CMD, remains mum. And let's go straight to News 5 correspondent Marlene Alcaide for the rest of the details. She reports to us straight from Cavite. Marlene, no word yet on what Sarah's next step will be?
Yes, Gretchen, Ed, we asked party officials that, but and right now, all they have to say is we don't want to preempt anything. That's after attending Senator Bong Revilla's daughter's wedding this afternoon. Here in Cavite, Davao City, Mayor Sara Duterte took an oath this evening and officially joins Lakas-CMD. This comes just hours after Inday Sara, in a handwritten note, tendered her resignation from her regional party, Hugpong ng Pagbabago, the very party she helped build. Her transfer also comes just days before the deadline for filing of substitution on Monday, November 15. Now that Sara is officially a part of a national party, everyone is intrigued as to what her next move will be. Party President Martin Romualdez said that they also offered presidential aspirant Bongbong Marcos to join the party, but they have yet to make a formal invitation. Marcos, who also attended the wedding, said that he will not be withdrawing his presidential bid or slide down to the vice presidential post. When asked if he's willing to go against Sara, Marcos said he will just let her run. PDP Laban standard bearer Senator Bato de la Rosa, also present in the wedding, said he is willing to give way to the presidential daughter owing to her winnability. Romualdez says that the presidential daughter will be a tremendous asset to Lakas-CMD. As to what Sara's next actions will be, here's what Romualdez has to say.
This has been a long-standing offer, invitation, and as I said, we're so honored that she was finally accepted. As they would say, your guess is good as mine. Let's not preempt them, no? Let's not preempt them. Let them make the decision and make the announcement at the proper time.
Personally, sir, which do you prefer, Marcos Duterte or Duterte Marcos?
I would prefer what they both decide. In the coming days, I think we'll have to see as each day unfolds.
Ed, Gretchen, candidates for the 2022 national elections still have until November 15 to substitute. That is just 4 days away before the deadline. Ed, Gretchen.
Okay, Marlene Alcaide reporting live from Silang, Cavite. Now, how does the Hugpong ng Pagbabago take Sara Duterte's resignation from her own party? That big question and more with Anthony Del Rosario, the Secretary General of the Hugpong ng Pagbabago. Governor Del Rosario, welcome to the Big Story.
Thank you po. Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat at sa lahat ng mga nanonood sa programa natin.
Magandang gabi rin po sa inyo. Salamat sa inyong pagsama sa amin dito. Pero Gob, siguro nakita nating lahat yung hand-scribbled resignation letter ni Mayor Sara sa Hugpong ng Pagbabago. It does give the appearance, at least the appearance, na biglaan itong pag-resign niya at unexpected. But I have to ask you this. Was this expected on the part of Hugpong or did you know about this all along?
Actually, a lot of people don't believe me, but the truth is we really did not know. This morning at around 7, I think, or 7:30 in the morning, Mayor Sara texted to inform me as to her itinerary for today, November 11. No? Sa text niya, ito sa short text, sinabi lang niya na, Gob, kung may magtatanong, I am going to be in Balisin to attend the lunch of hosted by Speaker Lord Velasco. And then after that, I'm going to be attending the Revilla nuptials in Silang, Cavite, then going back to Davao at the end of the day. So yun lang po ang sinabi niya sa akin. So I was surprised na pagdating ng 9:30, meron kaming natanggap na note na nga, no? I guess I can say it's a note because it's really a short note, a handwritten note from Mayor Sara saying that she is tendering her resignation from HNP, no, as a member of HNP. That's why I was surprised, no? And of course, sinubukan kong tawagan to clarify. And unfortunately, nasa aeroplano na pala si Mayor Sara going to Balisin, kaya hindi ko siya nakausap. And as such, I ended up conferring now with our officers of HNP, no? Presidente and so on and so forth, nakausap ko sila. At silang lahat din ay nagulat doon sa ni-report ko sa kanila na nag-resign na si Ma'am
Yes, Gov.
bilang chairperson and member of HNP.
Gov, well,
So
of
we
course,
were really taken by surprise.
yeah, well, Gov, of course, you do understand that a lot of people are a bit incredulous na Mayor Sara Duterte would not even give her own party, which she co-founded, the courtesy of not even a phone call from this morning until all the way tonight. Are you saying hanggang ngayong gabi, wala pa rin nakapag-usap from HNP kay Mayor Sara?
Wala pa po, no? Well, I do not know about the other officers, no? But nobody has reported to me na nakausap nila si Mayor Sara. Ako po, hindi ko pa siya nakakausap. Siguro po by tomorrow, ipalipas muna natin yung araw dahil napakahabang araw ito para kay Mayor Sara. A lot of things have happened today. And I guess siguro by tomorrow, I will have to get in touch with the officers of HNP and somehow reach out to Mayor Sara for a explanation as to what happened. No? But you know, a lot of people, syempre, repeat, in the previous interviews, may mga nagtatanong, anong sa tingin mo, Go? Bakit siya nag-resign? And you know, considering that I have not spoken to her, I can only speculate that siguro meron siyang concern with regards to joining a regional and a national party at the same time. Kasi po, talaga naman maliwanag na nag-withdraw na po si Mayor Sara as mayor. So I think it goes
Yes,
without
Go.
saying that if the mayor already withdrew her COC for mayor, naturally, she's going to be filing for a national position already. Diba? That's very clear already.
Yes, Gov.
Diba? So, the question lang talaga now is, number one, anong posisyon ang tatakbuhan niya? Presidente ba? Vice Presidente ba? And number two question, anong partido po ang gagamitin niya? Kasi gagamitin po niya yung substitution process. Diba?
Yeah, and she has joined Lakas-CMD. Pero, Gov, ito po, I suppose yung magic question...
Insofar kasi as HNP is concerned, ang HNP po, sa bylaws ng HNP, wala pong problema ang isang HNP member naging member sa national party. Ang problema po natin is yung mga national parties na pwede niyang mapasukan para mag-substitute, hindi po natin nabasa yung mga bylaws nila at hindi natin alam kung may conflict ang isang member sa kanilang partido na maging member ng
Of course,
regional
Governor.
party.
Yeah. Pero, yes, Governor. Pero generally po kasi most national political parties have no objections to memberships with regional parties so long as walang direct conflict eh. In this particular case...
Yes. I don't think, sir, that's a universal rule because that is dependent po sa
On the bylaws.
constitution and bylaws ng bawat partido po. Ano? It's possible po that some parties might not have that provision na allowing to join a regional party. And that is why siguro kung ako po nasa lugar po ni Mayor Sara and I have not yet decided what party to join, I would like siguro to have the option to go in without any baggage, so to speak, no? Para
Okay.
at least wala tayong issue whatsoever. Kasi napakahirap, you join a party, yung pala later on may technicality kasi bawal pala ang pagsali sa isang regional party. Yun lang siguro ang tingin ko dyan, ano? And that's
Apo, Gov.
probably why
Okay, Gov, we will see you again later in the Chiefs. Maraming salamat, Governor Del Rosario of the Hugpong ng Pagbabago. While Sara's actions spelled a breaking up with the Hugpong ng Pagbabago, her father's party, PDP Laban, seems to be patching things up with the group of Senator Manny Pacquiao. Mayan Los Baños with the story.
Months ago, President Duterte and Senator Manny Pacquiao were not in good terms. But last Tuesday, the two met along with Vice Presidential aspirant Senator Bongo and Congressman Eric Pineda. Pacquiao's camp said the meeting was to discuss certain matters, including developments in Mindanao. Senator Go, meanwhile, said it was a short meeting where a renewal of friendship transpired. The palace claims the same.
Nagkaroon ng renewal ng pagkakaibigan ng Presidente at saka si Senator Manny Pacquiao. Hindi ko po alam kung anong magiging epekto nitong bagong pagkakaibigan sa kandidatura ni Senator Manny Pacquiao.
Amid these reports, Pacquiao maintained that he will not back down from the presidential race.
Hindi nagbabago ang panindigan ko sa pagtakbo bilang Pangulo. Dahil ang hangad ko ay ipakulong ang mga kawatan at mabigyan ng trabaho ang milyong-milyong mga Pilipino.
A political analyst believes that the meeting could have been an attempt for the president to unite a divided PDP Laban.
Pero baka magkaroon ng tandem na Manny Pacquiao and Senator Bongo. Na kung saan, hindi naman kinakailangan nila mag-slide down o kaya may kinakailangan ng substitution.
But according to Senator Go, a Pacquiao-Go tandem was not discussed during the meeting. Even Pacquiao's running mate Buhay Party List Representative Lito Atienza told One News their tandem is still a go.
Whatever he's told me is exactly what transpired. Nothing political, only developmental. 101%. And nothing is changed in our platform.
Many believe that all will depend on Mayor Sara's decision whether to run for president or vice president. Albay Congressman Joey Salceda told the chiefs there might even be a surprise announcement in the days to come.
What Manny Pacquiao will do is the last surprise. And I think Sara filing for presidency will be no surprise.
Reporting for News 5, Mayan Los Baños, we are One News.
These are the other big stories tonight. We have yet to hear a final decision, but the IATF is supposedly discussing today a proposal by Metro Manila mayors to finally scrap the use of face shields except in certain settings. Say goodbye to quarantine classifications. The president has given the go signal for the nationwide implementation of the alert level system. And fans of Crash Landing on You, listen up. Korean media are reporting that Hyun Bin and Son Ye Jin are now engaged and will be married soon. These big stories after the break.
Good evening. You're still watching The Big Story. I'm Edwin Gao.
And I'm Gretchen Ho. Are face shields here to stay? The Interagency Task Force has met with Metro Manila mayors earlier today and is expected to announce its decision soon.
Metro Manila mayors are also proposing to give COVID jabs to Tiangge and bazaar workers in preparation for the holidays. Juan Gualvez with the details.
Commuters in Metro Manila are still on the fence if they'll wear face shields inside public utility vehicles.
Ba't po hindi ka nagsusot ng face shield ngayon kapag sasakay ng mga jeepney?
Nakakatamad eh. Wala namang gano'ng pang pasahero.
Oo nga.
Okay lang sana kung maraming pasahero.
Drivers find it difficult to impose the face shield rule on passengers.
Yung nasa loob na, wala kayong magagawa. Siyempre, pag baba kayo. Oo.
The Metro Manila Council has already proposed to the Interagency Task Force the non-mandatory use of face shields except in hospitals and public transportation. Manila City has already lifted its use via an executive order. While almost 90% of NCR's residents have been fully vaxxed, the MMDA acknowledged that it may also be rash in easing other restrictions.
Tinanggal mo na yung barrier, tinanggal mo na yung 1 seat apart, baka masyado maging mabilis naman tayo ron.
The MMC also wants all Tiangge and bazaar workers to be given COVID jabs before setting up shop for the holidays. MMDA Chairman Benhur Avalos cited the polio outbreak in September 2019, saying Tiangge significantly contributed to that.
So we do not want a repeat of this. I'm not talking of polio anymore. I'm already talking of coronavirus, COVID-19.
The MMDA is also eyeing to reimpose the number coding scheme in anticipation of the holiday rush. It expects a 20% increase in vehicle volume along major thoroughfares.
Kung lumala ito kung ever kailan, talagang ipupush button namin ito.
The MMDA, however, is not yet keen on imposing a truck ban.
For News 5, Mon Gualvez, we are One News.
As the Christmas season nears, the Health Department finally gives caroling the thumbs up. But it comes with rules. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeres says safety measures have to be observed. As this involves voice-related activities, Vergeres said that the risk of transmitting the virus is high. That's why caroling should only be done outdoors while wearing face masks and face shields. For his part, PNP Chief General Guillermo Eleazar reminds police officers to start night patrols to maintain security on the roads for a safer Christmas season.
Meanwhile, President Duterte has approved the nationwide implementation of the COVID-19 alert level system. Based on Executive Order number 151, this will be implemented in 4 phases. The first phase will cover Metro Manila, Central Luzon, Calabarzon, Central Visayas, and the Davao region. The second phase will see the alert level system expanded to Ilocos, Eastern Visayas, and Northern Mindanao. Alert levels will then be hoisted over Cagayan, Bicol, and the Zamboanga Peninsula in the third phase. This will be followed by the Cordillera Administrative Region, Mimaropa, Caraga, and the Bangsamoro region in the fourth phase. The shift to phase 2 may commence no later than November, while the succeeding phases will kick off every week thereafter until it reaches full nationwide implementation.
Ahoy, Chloe fans! Crash landing on new stars Yunbin at Sonia Jin are reportedly engaged. According to Korea's OBS News, the two are already preparing for their big day, including the liquidation of their assets. But the two have yet to confirm the news. Meanwhile, in Japan, or rather, the US. Netflix has announced the main cast of the live-action series version of One Piece. Mexican actor Iñaki Godoy will be playing Monkey D. Luffy, while Japanese actor Makenyu will play swashbuckler Roronoa Zoro. American actress Emily Tudd is going to be the navigator Nami, while Jacob Romero Gibson and Taz Kyler plays Usopp and Sanji respectively. One Piece is a hit Japanese anime based on a hit manga. It tells the story of Luffy, who embarked on a journey to become the king of pirates. A release date will be announced soon. For News 5, MJ Marfori, we are One News.
Time for another quick break. When we return, what's a world event without Pinoys? Some fellow kababayans are telling their stories at this year's Climate Change Summit in Glasgow. Olympic gold medalist Heidelin Diaz is leaving her barbell on the floor. She will skip the World Weightlifting Championships in Uzbekistan this December. And this Singles Day isn't exactly a downer for those without partners. E-commerce platforms are offering huge discounts for the 11/11 sale today.
Good evening. You're still watching The Big Story. I'm Edwin Gao.
And I'm Gretchen Ho. It's that time of the year when good deals are near. And we are talking about not Christmas, but the 11/11 sale.
Malapit din ba? But before chasing those discounts, a financial expert advises shoppers to take a step back. Shala Francisco with the story.
It's 11/11 once again. Today, online shoppers go into frenzy as most items are now on sale. Products being offered in shopping sites range from dresses to grocery items to electronics and even cars. Kurt spent more than his allotted budget after running out of vouchers.
Sumobra ako ng mga 400 pesos. Mga 15 minutes lang ako na delay. Yung mga voucher sana na magkaka-discount ako, let's say mga 10%, or free shipping, lahat yun naubos.
Thomas also didn't let the discounts go by, despite already being scammed during the 11/11 sale last year. After ordering these camping cookware, he received a miniature size instead. Thomas admits he did not look into the details of the items and was blinded by the huge discount. However, he already learned his lesson.
Mas masinop, mas careful na ako sa pagbasa ng mga product descriptions kung anong size nga ba talaga, na napa-invest na rin kami nga sa tape measure.
A quick look at these websites shows tons of discounts being offered to consumers, including 90% off and free shipping. But experts warn take extra caution, as you may not notice, you may be overspending.
Up to 50% off, pero hindi naman lahat 50% off yung binibigay nila. But that's a hook.
Hermo said that there's nothing wrong in enjoying shopping with these sales, but consumers must find the right balance.
Yung masama is when you mortgage your financial future para makagastos doon. Meaning, wala ka na naiipon, yung pangmatrikula dapat ng anak mo for next year, nagamit mo na kasi na-entice ka doon sa sale na yon, or may utang ka, hindi mo binabayaran mo na yung utang mo, inuuna mo yung shopping.
For now, he is advising shoppers to take a step back and assess if they really need these items. Hermo adds that they must set a budget before splurging online. Shyla Francisco, we are One News.
As part of the countries most affected by climate change, Filipinos lent a voice at the United Nations Climate Summit in Glasgow, including a high-end survivor. Her story and more in my report. In this simple but moving artwork, digital artist Brix Dumas portrayed the Philippines as one of the major plastic polluters in the world. Brix's piece, entitled Nexus, made it to the Digital Art for Climate competition in the COP26 summit.
Ginamit kong colors ay Philippine colors. Ginamit ko yung blue kasi para mas ma-elaborate yung nangyayari sa water. Yung nasusunog na smoke ay leaves kasi para makita rin din yung forest fires. Tapos kung mapansin nyo rin yung sa may plastic ay fishtail. So, sige.
The 30-year-old visual artist is the only Pinoy who made it to the finals. Dumas, a former contemporary Filipino professor, said his piece was inspired by one of his trips to Mindanao.
May nakita ko doon na parang vending machine ng water. Sa side niya ay may plastic tapos may straw. Single-use plastic, kumbaga, yung nangyayari. Kasi after mong gamitin, tapon agad.
All the pieces will be auctioned off as digital assets or NFTs. Proceeds will go to climate change organizations under the United Nations. And just like Brix, Marinel Ubaldo, a 24-year-old climate activist and Typhoon Yolanda survivor, also brought the reality of her story to the Glasgow summit.
A lot of people pa, kagaya po kami, sa komunidad namin, andun pa rin kami nakatira sa shoreline. At kung wala kang resources to relocate yourself, dun ka lang, gusto ko na parang i-honor ng world leaders ang kanilang promise, decade-old promise na actually nagmagbigay ng $100 billion for climate fund.
Marinel also said that reliving her story has been traumatic.
Kahit traumatic yung karanasan na yon, binabalik-balikan namin kasi gusto namin na magkaroon ng better na mga solutions.
Some Filipinos also had a chance to attend events and talks during the summit. While most of them didn't have the chance to speak, they voiced out their concerns through protesting.
Nasa na yung pera para bayaran yung itong mga naging apekto at paano tayo tutulungan yung mga developing countries mag-adapt.
Even during the pandemic, the country's representatives in Glasgow are striving hard for the Filipino voice to be heard. Gretchen Ho, We Are One News. For the big story in sports, Tokyo Olympic gold medalist Haydn Diaz has withdrawn from the World Weightlifting Championships slated next month in Tashkent, Uzbekistan. According to Samahang Weightlifting sa Pilipinas President Monico Puentevella, Diaz lacked the preparation to be in top form for Tashkent. Instead, Tokyo Olympian Erline Ando, Asian champion Vanessa Sarno, and 8 other promising athletes will carry the country's flag in the World Championships.
With the holidays fast approaching, a mall in Taguig puts up extraordinary Christmas trees during these extraordinary times. Behold the Tree of Health, whose floral ornaments light up when somebody pedals the surrounding stationary bicycles. And it's not just about physical well-being, there's also the Tree of Happiness, a 20-foot tree made of 2,500 tropical outdoor plants. Plantita or not, one would surely have a breath of fresh air marveling at this tree. And lastly, the Tree of Hope, a 40-foot tree showcasing the QR codes of 20 charitable organizations. Of course, this is the season that embodies the spirit of giving, and one ought to make a donation to make the needy's Christmas merry.
Now I got some ideas there how to set up my tree.
You have an idea? Magpupunta ka ng Taguig para magpedal.
Hindi, meron akong bisikleta sa unit ko.
Hindi, mas useful yan to power up the tree.
Pwede rin. No?
So abangan lang po ninyo si Gretchen doon sa
Hindi, kasi
Akala ko nung una, the Tree of Hell kasi magpedal ka pa The Tree of Health pala.
Hindi, kailangan ko muna bumili ng tree kasi wala pa akong tree. So kagabi, tumitingin ako sa online platform. 11-11 Oo, noong 12. Oo. So kayo, kung gusto nyo bumili, meron pa kayong 3 oras. Sale, 50% off. Bumili ka na ba?
Nag-plug ba siya? Masamang bisyan.
We've got time. Well, that wraps up today's big story. Catch us again tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Signal Channels 8 and 250.
Please like our Facebook page, One News. For more in-depth analysis, visit our webpage, onenews.ph. Mask on.
Wash hands.
And stay safe, Philippines. On behalf of Robbie Alampay, I'm Edwin Gao.
And I'm Gretchen Ho. We are One News. Have a good evening.